Hey everyone, Red here, and I hope you're all having a great day. For today's video, I bring you the Doctor himself, and we will also be going over one of my favorite perks in the game, Infectious Fright. The build I'm running today is going to be Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, Whispers, and of course, Infectious Fright. Now, if you want to remove Whispers or Barbecue, go ahead and replace it with something like Save the Best for Last or a slowdown perk of your choice. I start the game by finding David rather quickly using Whispers and Stag Blasts, and for whatever reason, he decided to still try for the chest. It just means an early free hit for us. I decided to leave Chase here because I actually heard the gen going and thought maybe someone had avoided my Stag Blast and was on the gen. Figured it was best to check and pressure them off if they were. Luckily for us, Mr. Tap over here still comes back to us. When heading to the hook, I hear the nearby gen being worked on, and I shock therapy the area to make sure to detect any close or crouching survivors. By chasing Claude, it should force one, if not both, of the other survivors off of their gens to come for the save. And with Ruin still being up, I should get plenty of regression for it. This building is great for the Doctor as all the loops on top are short and mind gameable, but with the Doctor they're just free hits as you can prevent them all from being mind gamed. Normally one would pick her up immediately, but with Infectious Fright going off I can apply way more pressure by going to the Scream for a free hit, pallet throw, or even a down if possible. Keep in mind how much time you spend though, just because you don't want to allow your one original survivor to get up without completing anything. Infectious Fright is a great snowball perk whether you're looking for a quick 4K or just looking to snowball for some pressure before hooking. Slugging tends to be way more effective as a time waster than a hook. Instead of going for the other survivor here, I decided to go ahead and hook Claude as she is for sure full on her recovery bar and I should be able to get both survivors on hooks if I'm quick about it. I've generated a lot of pressure off of this one encounter alone thanks to Infectious Fright. You would be surprised how much time is wasted by chasing and hooking one survivor at a time. If your games are flying by and you feel like you don't have a handle on things, try and slug a survivor, patrol some surrounding gens to look for a quick chase or an objective before returning to your original survivor. Both of these things should really help your early game kick off as well as closing out on the late game. I still feel like there's a sneaky survivor around here, so I take the long way around while keeping my eyes out for them. Since my Stag Blast is on cooldown though, I can't really afford to waste too much time here. As long as Whispers is on, my Stag Blast will be guaranteed to hit a survivor. The Doctor is the best killer in terms of finding survivors, especially when combined with Whispers. Even if you hide in a locker, it'll be very quick to do that thanks to the perk. If I could have timed this just a moment sooner, I would have been able to stomp that vault. Timing is very important when it comes to playing the Doctor. I really should have expected the dead hard, but that's okay, I'll just keep it in mind for later. Keep in mind, you don't always have to commit when Infectious Fright goes off, but it's good to pressure that survivor and see where they go. If it's super safe, just go back and hook the down survivor. If it's an easy hit or loop, get the hit or the pallet thrown before returning to the down survivor. The idea is to always get something extra for downing said survivor. This is actually an insane misplay by Mr. Tap here, as I'm just going to Stag Blast after the hook, chase him down, and get myself an early kill. Well, that's a 10 out of 10 on that window tech. No worries though, it'll just cost you your life. Now that barbecue has went off, I'm going to go after the survivor who's heading into a more favorable area for me. The other survivor went off to a gen that's pretty secluded and has a pretty decent loop layout, and I'd rather just avoid that for now. Make sure to miss at least once to assert dominance. Overall is a 30-second chase, which isn't too shabby for going halfway across the map, though if all 4 survivors were up, this might have actually cost me a lot more, as this is a pretty big map and the gens are pretty far from me currently. Oh, you hate to see it, but I'm guessing the gen to the left actually had some progress on it, and I did allow Claude a lot of time to work on that one solo. This just goes to show that you need to generate as much pressure early to ensure your late game. When playing Doctor, don't forget that your shock therapy can actually prevent hook saves. With Infectious Fright going off, I can leave Claude slugged and look to close out the game by chasing down Mr. Twitchy. I wasn't thinking here, but never take the vault when there's literally a doorway next to it. And with that, we snag ourselves a nice and quick 4K. Hopefully this shows some of the power behind Doctor and Infectious Fright. I think the two combined are just great synergy, and you really get to make survivors scream a lot more, which I'm sure they appreciate. Well everyone, that's it for this gameplay, and I hope you all enjoyed it and found it helpful. Try to mess around with some Infectious Fright in your future games and let me know how it does for you. If you have a killer or an idea that you would like to see on the channel, let me know down below and I'll try and make it happen. I hope you make Survivor Scream madness in your next games, and until next time, I'm Red, and I'm signing off.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chilling.